Once, in a small village nestled between towering mountains, there was a woman named Lila who lived in a tiny cottage by the edge of the forest. Lila had a secret: she was an extraordinary gardener. Her garden bloomed with vibrant flowers, lush vegetables, and exotic herbs. But there was something strange about it. The flowers were always in full bloom, yet the vegetables and fruits never grew past the first bud. Every morning, Lila worked tirelessly in the garden, planting seeds and nurturing them, but no matter how hard she worked, the harvest never came. One evening, an old traveler passed through the village. He had seen many lands, met many people, and heard many stories. As he rested near Lila's garden, he noticed the beauty of the flowers and the unusual stillness of the crops. Curious, he approached her. "Good evening, kind gardener," said the traveler, his voice soft but wise. "Your garden is the most beautiful I've ever seen, but I can't help but notice something strange. The flowers bloom, but the fruits and vegetables never ripen. Why is that?" Lila sighed deeply, her eyes filled with a quiet sadness. "I've been planting these seeds for years, hoping for a harvest that never comes. Every day, I wake up with a new resolve to try again, thinking that tomorrow will be the day. Tomorrow, the crops will grow. But they never do." The traveler smiled gently. "Oh, I see. You are waiting for tomorrow to bring you what today cannot." Lila nodded, her heart heavy with the weight of her unfulfilled dreams. The traveler looked out over the garden, his gaze steady and thoughtful. "Let me tell you a story," he said. "Once, in a distant land, there was a young boy who was gifted with the most beautiful garden, just like yours. He spent his days planting, watering, and tending to his flowers. But no matter what he did, the fruit of his labor never came. Like you, he waited for tomorrow, thinking that each new day would bring something more. Tomorrow, he said to himself, the harvest will be ripe. Tomorrow, everything will be perfect." Lila listened intently, her eyes fixed on the traveler. Years passed, the traveler continued, and the boy became a man. Still, he waited for tomorrow. But one day, he realized something: he had spent his whole life waiting. He had neglected the beauty of the present moment, always looking ahead, never truly seeing the gift of the now. So, he changed. The traveler paused, letting the words sink in. He decided that he would no longer wait for tomorrow to live. He began to live in the present. Each day, he tended his garden with love, but without expectation. He marveled at the flowers that bloomed, enjoying their fleeting beauty. He learned to savor the moments of joy, however small they seemed. Slowly, the garden began to change. The fruits and vegetables began to grow, not because of his striving, but because he had learned the secret of living in the present. Lila's eyes widened, and a glimmer of understanding began to light up her face. "You see, dear gardener," the traveler said, "the garden is a reflection of your life. When you live with the hope that tomorrow will be the day, you miss the joy that today can offer. The harvest comes when you stop waiting for it, when you embrace the now. When you live with presence, you plant seeds that will flourish in their own time, not in the time you demand." Lila stood still, the weight of the traveler's words settling in her heart. She had spent so many years waiting for the right moment, the perfect day, the perfect harvest. But she had forgotten that life was never about waiting, it was about living. From that day forward, Lila tended her garden with a new understanding. She no longer focused on the fruits or the vegetables, but on the beauty of each moment. She reveled in the joy of planting a seed, in the miracle of each new leaf, and in the vibrant colors of the flowers that bloomed all around her. And, just as the traveler had said, the harvest came not because she was waiting, but because she was living. And so, Lila learned the greatest lesson of all: the key to life was not in waiting for tomorrow, but in living fully in the present. Each day, each moment, was a gift to be cherished, and in that, she found the true bounty of life. The villagers, who had once watched Lila with curiosity, began to notice the change. Her garden bloomed more brilliantly than ever before, and Lila's spirit shone with a quiet wisdom. They, too, began to understand that life was never about waiting for the future, it was about embracing the present. And from that day, the garden of Lila's life was filled with more than just flowers and fruits, it was filled with joy, peace, and the wisdom of living fully, right now.